Good evening, everyone. It's your man Pstock. This is iHipHopTV one-on-one. You know, a lot of stuff going on this week. This is a big week. Tomorrow night, the Hood Idol tour is kicking off down in Mississippi. LiQWYD, the Backwood Ambassador. It's kicking off. It's big. It's gonna be filmed for TV. So definitely come sharp. Be on your game, ready to perform. You know, follow it. Check out Hood Idol tour. Follow LiQWYD, SSC LiQWYD. You know, check it out to get all the details. Definitely check it out. You know, big shout out to the Aladdin 19. You know, Mad Money Militia side. You know, Young NAZ, NASCAR Naz Entertainment, 2K Kent, Top Billing Entertainment, JP Jones, iHipHopTV on the Gulf Coast. Posted. You know, big ups to JP. You know, so iHipHopTV, you know, we always been, you know, we love to bring these hot artists coming in, you know, that's on the way up, to give you a chance to hear them first, see them first, if you haven't already seen them, you know, and definitely get up to speed and catch up with them and hear, you know, what's going on and what they're doing and follow them and hear it straight from them, or where you can find their music. You can check them out, follow them at, and the whole 9 yards, and check it out. So we never let you down. These artists come, you know, hot and ready, you know, for real. Tonight we have Hippie Jimmy. You know, it's great. You're gonna love it. You know, we got his video as well. Hot video called Chili, the kickback, you know, too, on the way out. But we're gonna talk to him. But right now, let's go into the promo. This is Hippie Jimmy. This is Pstock.
I don't run. It was swerved down, don't punt. I got the game in my blood. Tryna run it up all month. I'm from the 909. Money be on my mind. I need my grip on time. Spread this shit down on slime. Get up my phone, we ready. I float a black machete. Throw it up, rap confetti. I got the whole crew packed in the back already. Chillin'. Showed up to work, I'm chillin'. Got some new work, I'm chillin'. About to get cheese, no chillin'. I'm so chillin'. I got my neck on chillin'. New bitch look like chillin'. Diamonds on chunky, chillin'. I'm so chillin'. Showed up to work, I'm chillin'. Got some new work, I'm chillin'. About to get cheese, no chillin'. I'm so chillin'. I got my neck on chillin'. New bitch look like chillin'. Diamonds on chunky, chillin'. I'm so raw. Came from the 951. I got the no refunds. About to get done, why not? I used to get no cops. No, I don't sell no rocks. Fuck with me, pop. I like to talk that talk. Chef.
All right, everybody, we got Hippie Jimmy here tonight. You know, what's popping,
What's up?
Jimmy? You know, let the people know, you know, where you're from, how long you've been doing music, and you know, definitely, you know, tell us about yourself.
Yo, Hippie Jimmy out of Riverside, CA, Greater Los Angeles area, California. I've been doing music for about 4 years now, seriously. I've been rapping, been making beats, been mixing. So yeah, I've been in the mix for a little bit.
All right. So, you know, and now, and your promo was from the Stash Box 2
That's
project that you got, right? That's it,
yeah,
two. So, you know, tell us a little bit about the origin of that. You know, you're out in LA, you know, and you doing your own production as well. Because Chili's hot. When people, you're gonna like that video, you know. So
yeah.
did you do the production of that as well?
Nah, Chili was made by a young producer coming up, found him on BeatStars. And
Okay.
yeah, he cooked up Chili real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have my own production, but that'll be on the next project. You'll see the next project, and I'll have my little credential on there, produced by me. Like, yeah.
All right. We're gonna look
Some
forward
of
to
my
it. You
beats are
know,
on SoundCloud too, as well.
all right. So, you know, once you come through our hip hop, you know, we lock in. You know, we follow and you know, and definitely push and promote. You know,
Okay.
did you always want to be an artist? You know, was
Uh,
the plan, or was there a certain you know, song and hip hop or whatever that you fell for, or artist or anything?
so my like awakening as an artist came when I was like in high school. I was like my senior year in high school. I was around 17, 18. And around this time, I was an athlete. I wasn't an artist yet. I was just an artistic dude. I like to draw a lot. I like to like write poems and shit. I was into drawing and artwork. So during the athlete time in the locker room playing football, before the games, you like they bang on the lockers and make a beat.
Yeah, yeah. I play ball. I know.
There, you know what I'm saying? We'd be in there
Getting
freestyling.
pumped. Yeah.
Getting pumped, bro. We'd be in there freestyling, and then I would end up being like good at it. It would come off natural to me, other than like other people, and I would get told, "Yo, you should take it serious. You should take it serious. You should take it serious." So like fast forward later on that year during KC testing, like a group called S1 came to my school to perform, and my whole class body basically booed them for like 4 songs straight. And my friend Q was like the head of the booing. He was just heckling the hell out of these people. So by the 4th song, their manager comes up and he's like, "All right, so I see you guys heckling us. Is there anybody that can do better?" So immediately they'd be like, "Q, come down here," because he was talking the most mess.
Yeah.
And then they started chanting my name after that. It was like, "Shot us, shot us." And at the time, nickname was Shot us because my last name is Shorters, and they would never say the ERS. They just say Shot us.
I was going to ask you about that. I seen that.
They would say Shot up. So I went down there and I grabbed the mic, and then he was like, "All right, we'll see what you guys can do." And his DJ put on the Swagger Like Us beat. No, I'm not gonna have swagger like us. Beat start playing, and we just start duet freestyling like we normally do throughout the whole song. Smashed it. And at the end, it was like 500 people in there. Like our whole student body was there. So senior and junior were there.
Wow.
Everybody stood up after the shit was over. Crazy ovation. After I go into like classrooms, everybody standing up, giving me a crazy salute. And ever since then, I was like, "Yeah, this is where it's at. This is what I'm gonna chase. This is what I'm gonna do."
Okay.
And I've been staying on stages, trying to get to a stage, trying to stay in it ever since.
Okay. So what? Tell the viewers about some of the highlights, of your young career now.
All right. So
besides that,
yeah.
stadium, I know that's big, especially everyone showing
dope.
love.
Yeah. So like getting into it after that, I started rapping, and then my first like big thing for me, like it was a show, and it was a show I was opening up for Bone Thugs. It was a show at the Cahuenga. I think the Cahuenga is closed by now. It was a club down in Hollywood. It's called the Cahuenga.
Yeah.
So I had a show opening up for Bone Thugs, and I remember I was so hyped. I got there early. I was fresh as an artist, so I didn't really like come prepared. I didn't really know what I needed to bring to a live performance. So like, and this was like all part of it for me, all part of the journey.
Right.
So I showed up early. I'm like, I'm by myself. I'm giddy. First dude out of Bone that I see is Wishbone. I seen him in the club. He's just in the club standing there. He was so big. I came up behind him. First thing I noticed, he had a flip phone. He had a flip phone. He was talking to somebody on a flip phone. And I just always remember thinking like, "Yo, he has a flip phone. That's so weird."
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that time opening up for Bone. After that, I met a couple people in the crowd that helped me out later on doing, some music and getting some more shows popping.
Yeah. That's big.
Opening up for Bone definitely was like my biggest like.
That was the big thing, opening for them. And how did they, did they show love?
They showed love, but they were, they're stars. So when you go to these shows and you show up early, they don't get there till around 11.
Yeah, they get there when it's time for them to go on, for real.
Yeah, exactly. So I only got to see Wish. But yeah, he was nice. He was cordial. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So let the viewers know what kind of, music do you typically make? Do you want to move the crowd? You make that party music, or, Chili is, I like it. It goes with the name Hippie Jimmy. I like that too, that moniker. And why'd you get that moniker? It don't have nothing to do with 420, does it?
It got a lot to do with THC in general, just being a hippie in general. Like, but yeah, first starting out, my original inspiration for music was rolling weed. So like when you're with your friends and you smoking weed, all right, you get your weed, you got your swisher, your doobie, and it's the whole thing. You sit there, you with your friends, you chopping it up, you rolling your tree. Homie got the aux cord, whoever got the aux. My goal was to be the one on the aux. When you're
Okay.
in that situation and the homie grabbed the ox, oh, I'm trying to play some Hippie Jimmy. I was trying to be that guy.
Yeah.
Whenever you're in the smoke session, oh, I'm trying to get faded. I want to play Hippie Jimmy. That's like always been my goal of trying to where I'm trying to be at in somebody's ox. So my music is literally something you could put in when you're breaking down and keep playing it till you light it up. It's a whole experience. I try to make my LPs that way to where you could have it like pre-lit, lit, and then while you're baked.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. And it's funny you say that too, because to me, Bone Thugs had one of the greatest weed songs out there, you know. So, you know, so I know
Yeah.
that kind of went into it as well, you know.
Oh yeah.
So how is, you know, you love to perform, and how's it been going since the pandemic? You know, I know out in California, LA, it's been shut down pretty much. It's been
So before the pandemic hit, I had dropped an LP called Industry Trash.
okay.
And Stashbox had just it was just now going down the bubble because I had dropped Stashbox and Stashbox had me getting a lot of traction.
Right.
So right before the pandemic hit, it was like March, February, and I was in the talks of going on to my first actual tour. So on
Yeah.
my first tour, I was getting lit. I was in the process of signing the contract. We were talking like, yeah, we're gonna do it. We are gonna go to Texas. We were gonna go to Atlanta. We were gonna go to New York. We were gonna go to Florida.
Yeah.
And bro, right when I got to it, April was the date. It was like, all right, cool. April 4th, we're gonna go. We're gonna head out. And then the pandemic hit, crushed everything we had lined up.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
crushed it.
Yeah.
That tour got ruined for me. So like that basically like it stopped my momentum a lot for a little bit. And I
Yeah.
had to get back in the lab and start creating some more. Literally just start creating. That's what I did.
Yeah. And I think that affected a lot of people. You're not alone.
Yeah.
A lot of artists I've talked to, you know, that they went through it. So that was thing. But the good thing, the only positive thing or good thing about that part of it is, if you wasn't heavy on the internet with promoting and doing stuff, you became heavy in instant internet. So how has the internet impacted the way you do music business now, you know, from then?
Yeah. So from then, before, that was like my greatest weakness. When I would be trying to get to the next level, they'd be like, oh, you gotta get your numbers up, you gotta get your streams up, you gotta get your following up. I gotta see this amount of numbers and this amount of numbers. So I was on the other side of that. And like right during the pandemic, I kind of passed the threshold of being able to feel confident when I go into these situations. Now it's like, all right, I got this many streams, got this many numbers, got this many followers here, this many friends here. So I definitely got to the grindstone and learned where my following was and
Yeah.
where I wanted to target my music.
Yeah.
And, who's a Hippie Jimmy fan, who likes Hippie Jimmy. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely took time to find out who that was or who I want that to be. Definitely.
That's a great way to do it too, with the situation and utilizing the internet, you know. And it's something too that, you know, it's funny because before the pandemic hit, I would say roughly 420. We launched this platform on 420 of 19. Okay. So we run then. So when the pandemic hit, one thing was we was already built, ready to go. Everything was ready to go. You know, we was ready to receive, and that's what we was kind of envisioned, to have that platform for artists, you know, like yourself, to come in and drop some stuff and do some stuff, you know, and just come in and get it on, you know. We have, and if you haven't already, something else going on that line is the Legacy of the Legend One Love music concert. I don't know if you've seen any of that on any of our social media. Definitely go on and register for that. That's a huge deal, huge event. You know, it's an international like star search, spotlight artist search. You know, so you spotlight to the world, and they give prizes and trips and vacations, and then, you know, there's all types of ways to make money in it. So it's just something that fits under the circumstance until everything reopens. And I think they're gonna keep it going, you know, because that way you can get your your music and what you do out to the global markets. Definitely to the global markets. And now, you do the shows and you've been out there. So have you been, collaborating with anybody or anybody else you work with, or you have a team that you work with artists and other artists, or how does that work?
Yeah, thus far, my team has literally been me wearing like 8 different hats.
I got you.
So, up until this year, I'm just now being able to develop a team. So I got my videographer now.
Yes.
I got my friend. I'm still like holding the camera and doing most of the behind the scenes work, but yeah, I'm just now getting together a team. As far as features go, only people that have been rapping on my songs are people that I have met at a show
Right.
that I was at, or just somebody that I was friends with already.
Right.
Other than that, I haven't reached out to any other artists to figure that out yet. Haven't really linked in with them yet.
Okay. Okay. Well, you linked in with iHipHop, so we got some people. We got Young NAZ, we got 2K come through. That's production, top billing, Frank Stickums, the whole nine. So the team is strong. There's a lot of artists, and Mad Money Militia is doing their second annual Independent Hip Hop Artist Award show, which is coming up. So I think at the end of June. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Our man DJ Butterrock got a big event coming up in July. Yeah, in July he got a big event coming up. So as an artist, I would recommend to jump on as many of those and they tap in as many of the different audiences as you can. You want to spread yourself out there. Get yourself around. That's the best way to make that happen. To make that happen. So right now, if there was anyone out there that you could do a song with, who would that be?
If I had infinite reach,
yes,
I would try to do a song with Spitta and Andretti. Currency. Off top, I try to do a song with Currency.
Currency?
Yeah.
All right. Currency.
Literally, that's who I'd want to do a song with.
The Spitta.
Currency.
The Spitta. The Spitta
Yes,
from NO.
I try to get a sledging beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to get a sledging beat. I always wanted to rap with Schoolboy Q.
Yeah, Schoolboy Q. I like Schoolboy.
And try to get Sir or somebody on the hook.
Yeah. 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 Have you got to work with any singers, R&B or did anything what they call, they say mainstream music or whatever, pop music, pop side,
Pop. Nah, early on I tried it. We were in the studio with it, and then we ended up not going through with the song.
Right.
So nothing went out on wax with pop yet. Nope.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely open to it. I love me some pop.
Yeah, the pop mainstream, you gotta take it. See, and that's one of the things we like. You gotta take the culture and the music. That's what hip hop culture is. That's what it started.
Yeah.
Taking the DJs with the records and taking something of someone else and making it your own.
Oh, there
and make it your own. So jump into it, and now you got the ability. You do production. You work with producers, so you have the ability to go ahead and
change it.
Yeah, and change it up and make it yours and do something else. To those genres. Because I was watching the CMA Awards the other night, and I didn't know as many that, I know there are, and there's a lot more that ain't really probably getting opportunities, but Black or African American country artists that's out there,
Yeah.
And
there's not a lot, man.
There's not a lot that's out there on the mainstream, but you better believe that there's artists out there,
more underground,
independent and everything else that's really haven't, got their chance to get their shot, but they're coming, I mean,
when I saw Hootie and the Blowfish and I saw that he was a black dude, I was like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah. I like to see it too. Same with The Rock, Back in the day, we was coming up, there was a couple of black rock groups, that was coming up, all those genres. It's good, you break in, tap into new markets, and everything. That's the thing with the Roots, that's one of my favorite groups. While I was studying in Philly and grinding, You know, I was lucky enough to run across Tyreek and Dice Raw and Quest, and you know, and got to see them, and I watched them go from doing the tours with like Cypress Hill, you know, where, you know, and that's what another thing I tell artists: don't focus on your hometown, you know, love or anything. Don't even let that slow you down, or don't, you know, get your blood pressure boiling or anything by that. You know, think globally, think worldwide, move on. And what happened with them, their aggression is when they were touring with the Cypress Hills, doing the college tours and all that stuff, you know, they were getting, you know, buzz, especially in Philly and local circles, you know, amongst artists, because they did run the open mics with the bands, you know, and that's when they had Scott Storch and everybody else was, you know, Scott Storch and them was that was the B team. They used to call them the B team to the Roots, you know. So they were so big. But whenever they went on tour with Dave Matthews is when they blew up. You know what I'm saying? When they went on tour with the Dave Matthews Band, they won a Grammy. That's all I'm saying. They won a Grammy. So, you know, so you got to be able to step out there and take that, you know, with, you know, along the way, you know. Outside of your music, do you have any other hobbies or interests that you do, you know? I mean, it sounds like you do a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Outside of music, we definitely are into a lot of different things. So, my life partner, she is into reality TV, so she's in, like, right now in production of doing her own reality show about her life. So you could be looking out for that. That'll be coming out pretty soon.
Okay.
It's called ODAT, One Day at a Time.
Okay.
Then,
Check out iHipHopTV. One.com, you know, the network over there. We got the channels going, so see what you got. If you want to throw something for the channels, you know, you as well. You know, I'm gonna take the Chili video and put it in rotation, you know, on the iHipHopTV channel. You know, got videos running 24/7, you know, for people that always check out. You know, see, we had that when we came up, when hip hop first came out. It was hard, you know. Just to give you a little back, you know, of that. Like, it wasn't a lot of it, like or enough of it, you know. Like, now I'm looking at it too. There's really not, when you think about it, there's not enough of it, you know. Still, like we had BET, you know, Rap City, and then we had Yo MTV Raps. You know, we had those two.
Dixon Park, and then the basement.
Right, and then the basement came up, and then, you know, stuff started to develop over the years, but there's not so much of that, you know, presence now for the next generation of artists and everything to get out there. So that's something that you know, we like to bring back, you know, for artists to pass the mantle on to artists such as yourself, HXPPY Jimmy and others, you know, and so y'all can clear the way for the next generation, you know, of music to carry it on. But, you know, and that right there is big. So right now, if you had a chance to jump on a tour right now with any artist, who would that be?
For Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz? Okay.
I always wanted to go on tour with Wiz. I'll always go on tour with Wiz. If there's ever an opportunity to hop on with a Taylor Gang tour, I'm there. Who else? Currency, like I said earlier.
Currency.
If he's ever on tour, I'll hop on a TDE tour as well. If they're ever on tour, I'll try to hop on Top Dog ENT tour.
Yeah.
Pro Era too, Joey Badass, and out of there in New York. If they were ever on a tour again and they needed somebody or a slot was open and I had a chance to do it, I'd hop in there and try to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Mac Miller, rest in peace. Before he died, he would have been somebody I was trying to link up with too.
Mac Miller, yeah. You know, it's funny. You mentioned the people. You mentioned Wiz. You know, he's from Pittsburgh. That's where I'm from. You know, he's from the East. I'm from the North. You know, but the same. You know, Pittsburgh's not that big. Anywho, and then Currency, I worked with his people. His manager with the Fiend. I was working with KLC, the Fiend, and Rodney, and them on some projects down in Baton Rouge, you know, with the drum major. So Currency was on the same management as Fiend and those guys down there. So that was interesting. So you mentioned some people that I like. And Fiend, man, when I was down there with Fiend, he was hitting me with some stuff, man. My head was smoking. Fiend had some lines and some verses, boy. Fire. And I was like, ooh, man, he was ready to go now. So and I didn't hear it, so I don't know what happened with that, after that. But yeah, they got some heat down there, and NOLA. They got some heat. So for Hippie Jimmy, what do you enjoy most about being an artist? What's your favorite and least favorite parts of the business and the industry?
Right now, my favorite and least favorite part right now are kind of the same thing. So being an underground artist, being an unknown artist is like the thorn in my side right now. It's like it's so annoying, but at the same time, it's also my favorite thing. So it's annoying because whenever you got something to promote, or whenever you're trying to reach out to somebody to do something, there's always some type of negative repercussion. Whenever I've had to try to sell tickets or anything, like I had a girl tell me, like this experience will always ring in my head. So I was like selling tickets one time, right?
Right.
They were $10 tickets. I slide in this girl DM like yo, because she was watching my story. I only slide in DMs of girls that watch my story. Don't never, as an artist, just slide in somebody DM. It's a bad look. Right. So anyway, I was in my story looking at who watched me, slid in the DM trying to sell these tickets, and she hits me back, tells me it's not worth it. And I was like sitting there thinking, like, she just told me I'm not worth $10. What? So being an underground artist and that disconnect, that people not knowing who you are, is like so annoying. But at the same time, it's so gratifying because when people get your music, right, and they're automatically thinking that, oh, this is gonna be garbage, oh, it's another dude trying to rap, blah blah. They play it, and then they're like, oh, hold on, this is actually kind of good. Like this is okay, dude can actually rap. That moment in time, dude.
Yeah.
That shit is like a fruit bowl to me. Like I'll eat that every day. Like that moment is that revitalizes it for me every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's good, and that's why I say with you, and you got the moniker Hippie Jimmy, that right there, because the cool is you can see that type of stuff, man. And like I tell artists, I work with my man Nitty Biggs, and Nitty he was on MCA, and he was big. They had a large following in Japan, but he went to Sky High, and he brought us over with him because Sky High was like a alternative label. So he used to tour with an alternative band called Agent Orange, and it was good. So he used to be in there with Agent Orange performing, and he can do the animation with the voices and all that stuff, and come in their songs. And then he got his own. That was the agreement. Tour with them, helped them, and then he got his own project off of that. So, and what I'm saying, the point behind all of this is, like I mentioned with the Roots, you gotta, you want to cross, mix, and blend, everything you're doing with the people you're working with, with the artists to get your music out there. Like you said, so people don't, they don't know you. You got to get yourself in them platforms. You got to get yourself, what we call product placement. Get your product placed out there in those places, different areas. Like this here platform might take you to an additional 20 to 100 followers that you might not have had, by going on that platform, and then that word of mouth picks up. But 2K can't. Dominoes. But 2K can't put it out there too, and it's hard. And that's what I feel bad for a lot of y'all, because the pandemic shut it down, and then with that being said, 2K said the best way is you got to be out there on the street, hitting the clubs, doing your promotions out there, getting your stuff out there. Now, there's no more CDs. You used to walk around with CDs and stuff, but you got a smartphone with a video thing. Keep your video or something, keep a file. Well, here's my latest, right here, a little demo like you have, So, and stuff like that. You got to
definitely got to stay innovative with it.
Yeah, you got to take advantage.
QR codes, USB ports.
Yes. Yes,
Man.
yes, you got to take advantage of all of those things. I mean, even for me, being I'm a filmmaker, by what I do and in education, but I worked in music. I played instruments and done music and stuff, but I like this stuff, messing with putting people in lights. You know how I was picking at you about light and everything, but it's getting
Yeah.
started, because I want you to look good. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to be bright, shine, you're supposed to shine now. So I
Right.
want you to shine and be lit. That's the whole thing. That's where lit come from, being lit. So
Is it?
it's lit, and that's our man, the Backwood Ambassador, Lex Luger. That's his Lit TV. Check it out every day. It's on 24/7. It's on 7 days a week. Get over there and check out Lit TV. And that's big, right there. But definitely let all the viewers know where to find all your music, what you got, and what do you recommend for new listeners to go check out first to understand Hippie Jimmy, that you got out there. If you go see this video first and then check this video out, then you'll know Hippie Jimmy, that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. So Hippie Jimmy is the name. You can find me at HXPPY JXMMY on all social platforms. And on iTunes, you're probably going to see Stashbox 2 first. So I want to go to Stashbox 1 and then listen to that. Go to Industry Trash, listen to that. And then go back to Stashbox 2, Perfectly Baked.
Okay.
Impossible.
Okay.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, whatever your cup of tea is when it comes to listening to music. I'm on all of those, including you.
There it is. So what's next for Hippie Jimmy? Let the viewers know where you can be seen. Definitely check Hippie Jimmy out on iHipHopTV because he's coming in. So go to iHipHopTV1.com and check out the network, iHipHopTV, and you'll catch out Hippie Jimmy there. But what's next for Hippie Jimmy coming down?
So next, right now I'm cooking up a LP. Hippie Jimmy is gonna be the debut for Hippie Jimmy. The name change and everything's gonna be big. It's gonna be a whole ordeal. I'm gonna make it as big as I possibly can. It's gonna be dramatic. So Hippie Jimmy new LP gonna come out. I have a temporary name called it Crossbow right now until I think of a better name. But as of right now, it's called Crossbow because of what you were talking about earlier with the crossing of the genres. I'm basically crossing over into the ska punk genre, the goth grunge genre.
Yeah.
Mixing it in with a little bit of rap.
Yeah.
And calling it Crossbow. We gonna get in there and also working on the LP with my own production. And right now we're still shooting mini music videos, trying to cook up, get into the next tour. And that's what's next with Hippie Jimmy right now.
Yeah, get them videos done, and I like that. Stick to that. I'm gonna press you on that. Do that cross stuff that you're talking about, and get that done. I'm
gonna send you a couple of the singles so you can know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely. Get that out there because that's the way I look at it. You got to think outside the box. And you got to be that person. To be an artist anyway, you got to be thick skinned. You can't be thin skinned. There are things. Everybody's not gonna like your music. Everybody may not like you, but you gotta step out there. That's the thing you gotta do. You gotta step out there and you gotta just forge your way in there. And that's one of the ways of doing it, by crossing the two genres and incorporating hip hop into rock and the goth and all that, because there's crowds out there to appreciate. There's shows, there's theater shows, and that's the bad thing. These things are shut down now. So hopefully they'll get some type of bailout to get re-kicked once they get this herd immunity or this pandemic under control. Okay, so when artists get out there, because there's theaters out there that are beautiful spots that have shows that are remodeled, new, maybe had a summer to get some stuff off and a winter, and then the pandemic shut them down. And they're all over the country. So, like I said, the tour, I like your thinking, doing the tours, jump on them tours. It's definitely going to break, and you're definitely going to be in the mix, for real. In the mix for real, you're going to be.
The
And that's the way it should be. Hey, you got anybody you want to shout out? Or did I ask you that?
Hey,
man?
shout out
all but
448.
everybody.
Shout out Should. Shout out Pstock. Shout out Dark Diva. Shout out the homie KK. Shout out me.
Yeah, shout out to Hippie Jimmy, for real.
Sir.
You know, definitely come through. We got you locked in now, and we're gonna keep you on the thing. And like I said, hit us up, hit me up. You know how to find Pstock now. So hit me up and let me know. Give me a heads up that you want to make something happen or something's going on, and definitely we're gonna make it happen. But for real, we're gonna go out on your video, that you done, the chili video. Tell the people a little bit about it. Set us up for it.
Yo, about to tune in to the Hippie Jimmy chili video. This video was made off of being the coldest dude during the summer.
During the summer.
Literally. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. This is Hippie Jimmy. Chili. It's fire. That's why it's chili. Fire. Peace and blessings.
I'm so player. I got the brand new flavor. Make that shit like taser. You can get hit with the laser. I don't run. It was swerved down, don't punt. I got the game in my blood. Tryna run it up all month. I'm from the 909. Money be on my mind. I need my grip on time. Spread this shit down on slime. Get up my phone, we ready. I float a black machete. Throw it up, wrap confetti. I got the whole crew back in the back already. Chillin'. Showed up to work, I'm chillin'. Got some new work, I'm chillin'. About to get cheese, no chillin'. I'm so chillin'. I got my neck on chillin'. New bitch look like chillin'. Diamonds on chunky, chillin'. I'm so chillin'. Showed up to work, I'm chillin'. Got some new work, I'm chillin'. About to get cheese, no chillin'. I'm so chillin'. I got my neck on chillin'. New bitch look like chillin'. Diamonds on chunky, chillin'. I'm so raw. Came from the 951. I got the no refunds. About to get done, why not? I used to get no cops. No, I don't sell no rocks. Fuck with me, pop. I like to talk that talk. Chef fried rice, no raw. 17 clean, no block. Bitch walked in, no socks. Broke her, not my fault. How about the whip on spaz? I got my bitch on splash. She threw the fit, we laugh. I threw the fit on cash. Bring up the cash on roll. Don't have to ask no photos. I like the bitch, she pose. Don't like the bitch, I'm dollar. I used to rock red polos. Now I can back my shirt. Figure out the satin on fire on purpose. Cut out the bag on back, get murdered. Chillin'. Showed up to work, I'm chillin'. I got to work, I'm chillin'. About to get cheese, no chillin'. I'm so chillin'. I got my neck, I'm chillin'. New bitch look like chillin'. Diamonds so chunky, chillin'. I'm so chillin'. Showed up to work, I'm chillin'. I some new work, I'm chillin'. About to get cheese, no chillin'.
What up? Follow that. That's ALUDDIN 19. Shout out to Pstock and Aladdin 19, man. Check out iHipHopTV.com.
Pstock is on. This is your man Pstock, the host of iHipHopTV.
We just tryna come up on a milli, dawg. Tell me what's the move? Young, hungry niggas tryna get it all. Tell me what's the move?